Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Video Game Collectors Podcast. I'm Matt Rose.
And I'm Josh. And
And
who's
I'm Timothy J.
Yeah, a special guest today. We're excited. I think everybody's talked about this. I know Dylan's talked about this. I know we've shown some of it, but I think we're going to get the full preview today. I'm stoked. Why don't you tell us what you're going to share with us today?
Yeah, so I am the founder of Gamerstonks, the application that you've seen if you've watched Dylan's streams basically every week. Basically, it takes all the sales from all the major auction houses for WADA, VGA, CGC games, and puts them all in one place for you to actually see all the sales data.
And I use it a lot.
I do too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's great. I
You
love
can
it.
see me, you can see that we've used it.
I can see enough. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I can imagine. You can see the search queries with Super Mario 3 over and over again. So
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
What's Matt looking at buying? Why is he looking that up?
Yeah.
It's always
No,
Halo.
I when I
It's
when I was
always
working
like,
when I was working at PWCC, I'm not kidding. Like it was it was a lifesaver. Like it was for appraising, going and finding data points, and then realizing sometimes there's no data points other than one sale. So it was really helpful for digging for certain things. So yeah, it's a really awesome tool. I'm excited to see it progress.
and to have
Nice.
everybody
It's good
else
to
have
hear.
access to it too. Yeah. All right. What do you got? What do you
Cool.
I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
you
So
share it.
yeah, let me just move my monitor over. And cool. So I'm not really going to talk about the homepage because obviously anyone can go to the homepage. Let me move my video stuff over. So I'm going to go straight into a few things. So I'm going to start with sales because obviously that's the bread and butter of kind of what Gamerstocks has.
Yeah.
So you're going to get, again, all sales from Heritage, Golden, Comic Connect, Certified Link, Hakes, and I will be adding in PWCC and eBay some point in the near future. So when you go in, we'll start with Super Mario Brothers 3, but there's just so much data that I'm going to go to a smaller game. And since I also like Call of Duty, why don't we just start with, let's go with Modern Warfare 2.
Thank God you did not do Halo.
I was like, oh man.
We can do Halo 2 if you want. So the big thing to me is right away, obviously, you'll be able to drill down your grades. So maybe you're a person that you really don't care about VGA, like you only care about WADA, and I don't know, you don't care about anything below 7.5. So as you update these, you'll actually see all of the stuff populate as it goes on. And if you really want to drill down to variants as well, you actually get those variants. So 206, I mean, there's probably no sales because we all know how rare that first print is. But 207, you'll see we get some sales data. And you can drill down, you'll have WADA, VGA, CGC sales all separate. You also, if you really want, you can sort by grade. If you care about the top grade, you want to see top sales price, like you can do all those sortings as well. Also, you have sales links as well. So if you click that, it'll take you directly to the sale. Just in case, I don't know, maybe like I got the sales price wrong somehow by accident. I really want to allow people to truly verify what they're seeing. And I know sometimes grades can be a little nuanced. So if you really want to verify and look at how clean that copy was, you can obviously do that on this site as well. Also, as time goes on, you'll notice we have the 3, 6, and 12 months. So if you really want, you can drill down to smaller timelines because obviously if we go to all time, you'll see some really high sales up here. And if we go to something like Modern Warfare 1, you'll see like a crazy high sale, for example. So like here, you'll see this 50,000 sale, and obviously like that is extremely small compared to what we saw. So maybe you'll just want to go down to 3 months and not see that sale. You can even go and eliminate the grade if you want. So if you click on the labels on the graph, you can also eliminate those grades. Aside from that, you also get population data. And the population data does also update when you select the different variants. I didn't mean to click Canadian. So as you see, we have 35 graded on that Made in USA. If I go to like the Game of the Year edition, I have 9 graded. If I click all variants, 52 graded all around. So again, as you drill down, if you really want to drill down on what you want, you'll see everything update in real time with that. One thing I do want to note that I do want to add in the future is you be able to multi-select. So something like Call of Duty might not be a great example, but something like the Super Mario Brothers 3, you obviously have the oval SQR and the TM, or left and right rows. So most people, and Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, but that USA, Canada, Mexico, there isn't much difference between the two. 95+% of people aren't going to care between the two. So being able to see those sales together probably will be very helpful for many people.
Got it.
It makes sense. I think grouping all ovals together is going to make sense for people.
You know, Timothy and I were talking about this earlier, but let's just ask Josh because he's kind of not in the same world. Josh, when you're looking at the website, do you feel like this needs to look any different, or just it's good as it is? Because I think it's, well, how do you feel about it? Because we were talking about,
user friendliness, sort of user experience from front end side of shit. I think it's very simple, right? It's not overly complicated. But I guess I'm also fairly intuitive on things. I don't think a lot needs to change with it, honestly. I don't think you need to get fancy. I don't think you need to put a picture of the video game or any bullshit like that. I genuinely believe that less is more. Yeah. And when you can see stuff like this, it's really helpful. So
that's what I was thinking earlier. Because we were kind of talking about, you could make it pretty and you could do all these cool, pretty things and make the site look, amazing, but do you really need it? I mean, this is what we need right here. It's fantastic. It's simple. It's to the point.
What would be really neat to do, and maybe it'd be very manual, I imagine. It would be to update the data points with this same cert number has sold before, right? You have a 96A that sold here in 523, 525.23. Maybe it sold 721.22. The same copy.
I will say that's not as manual as you think. But I obviously need people to use the site to show that it's worth investing my time into it. You can automate it because, I mean, any kind of like AI, if you go to any sale, there's obviously pictures of those. So you can easily get the cert. It will be very tricky with the new WADA cases.
Because
how do you feel about
the date?
How do you feel about that? No date on the new WADA holder. Does CGC have a date on the holder?
Let's find out on CGC.
I don't know if they do, but I
don't want to click heritage because I don't want to deal with heritage stuff.
It's okay.
So I'm curious. Let's maybe Super Mario Brothers 2.
That'd be pretty neat to see.
All heritage.
I'd see a game.
I can grab a CGC game right quick.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, I figured this was going to happen. Okay. No date.
Interesting.
Yeah. So my opinion on it, I think if any grading company can keep the same consistency in grading, the date does not matter. But I know that there has been a lot of talk of quote unquote WADA 1.0, quote unquote WADA 2.0, and the grading has changed. VGA, I know they added 85 plus, and I don't remember the year, but I know they added 85 plus at some point.
It's
Yeah.
like
So
2009, 2010.
yeah, so like knowing you had a graded game that's an 85 before that date, you might want to look at it more closely because that might actually be an 85 plus. So the good thing is if there's certain lookups for anything and it shows you the date, it shouldn't matter.
Right.
I mean, the code should tell you the date anyway. You know, if you know this, if you know how to follow the cert numbers, you should just know when that came and when it didn't.
It does not for VGA. VGA is random.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
So as we get into the pop reports, obviously Gamerstonks has CGC pop reports. I haven't updated in a couple of months, but I do have the data. You can't do VGs because it's completely randomized, and the possible amount of numbers I think was like 90 million, and it would take I think it was like 6 months to get the data if you wanted to.
So they randomize their cert numbers. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong about a lot of stuff then. I apologize to any listeners. Yeah, I'm an idiot. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, though. I mean, that data should be available eventually. I mean, they took a big step and they updated their site, right?
Yeah.
So we're moving in the right direction. I think everybody wants that information. It's at this point, it's
Is
almost
C
holding VGA back in some regards.
is C is CGC's numbers random too? Or are they
No.
sequential, just like WADA?
They are sequential. I will fully admit I reverse engineered their cert numbers,
Mhm.
and there is a certain set of numbers. So like the first four digits is like 1010, and that's just their general like cert, and eventually it goes to 1011. And then I think it's like the next three is the submission number, and the next three after that I think is like the game number. I don't remember. I'm probably wrong on like the sets, but
Can I give you a fun fact that I figured out with CGC
yeah.
games? They use the exact same cert numbers, one for one cert number as they do in the comic side of things. So because we had an API link when I worked with CGC to like pull data for comic books into PWCC. When they entered the cert number, it would pull the information. And so when we started getting CGC games, they'd enter the cert number for the video game, and it would pull a comic book into the information. So it's two different segments of it, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like there was a Mario 2 or something, and you'd type in the cert number, and it would pull up Ghost Rider comic book. Yeah. Yeah, that's beside the point. So it's excellent, Timothy.
Cool.
This is awesome. Yeah.
So on to like at least the next piece. So again, like the sales to me is the biggest thing because that's what everyone truly wants.
Yeah.
I know you talked about on your show before, so obviously I have population reports. We'll go to Genesis because Genesis should be a little bit quicker. I am loading every single game so that you don't need to worry about pagination at this point. So you can literally continuously scroll and it doesn't slow down. That's why it takes a little bit longer to load in the beginning. And again, I have CGC as well. So last time I updated was March 31st. Works the exact same as it would for the general like WADA population display. So as you hover over, it does show, what the seal grade was as well. This is free and will always be free to everyone because I don't want to have people pay for this. I think everyone needs to see and to be able to see it. One thing I do want to add in the future to this is, for example, if you're on like WADAs, we'll go to that arrow flash. So this is made in Japan. Like that's WADA's variant info. CGC's obviously is Sega clamshell made in Japan. I'm going to map those one-to-one so that when you click one of those drop downs, it just shows all the information. You don't need to go back and forth between WADA and CGC. That's going to take a lot of time though, because I will have to manually map every single one.
When you say map, you mean show both variants or something? Or...
well, this is not both variants. This is actually like the same exact variant, but CGC names it different.
Right. So
yeah.
So are you going to supersede one naming nomenclature over the other, or
Yes. So I'm going with WADA. I'm personally, in terms of like the data, I'm all in on WADA's variant info. Um, I I trust Dan Gomez because of how uh, insane he is with his variants. Like
Yeah.
with how much stuff he buys to understand the variants.
Hmm.
I trust what he puts in terms of like this is the best way to describe it over what CGC puts right now.
Yeah. I think part of that came down to naming certain things with like this. In this case, there's no instance where arrow flash exists outside of a say clamshell. So it's using
Hmm.
redundant information that doesn't necessarily need to be there. You're not going to get a softbox arrow
Yeah.
flash. So I think that was Dan's approach when removing variant details, which I think is fair. You know, remove redundant
Yeah.
information that is unnecessary because then it just gets messy. It implies that certain things exist, but at the same time, I think it's important to point out why something is different on a game.
Yes.
You might have like an Xbox game with a part number and two different part numbers, but it's also cool to say, hey, this 207 versus 206, this is why the 207 is cool because they changed this on the box.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do like less information on stuff. It
I think as the community grows, I think that that will be more prominent, um, especially because you'll get more articles out there. Again, 206 versus 207. Like Dan has said it on the podcast, and I'm pretty sure that he has done a blog on WADA for that one. But not everyone watches the podcast, even though they all should, and not everyone goes to WADA's blog. So the more people you have, the more articles you're going to have written about those things, the more information, even if it's duplicated, like it's going to reach more people.
fair, yeah. And what I really was impressed with the last round of updates that they did is they listed every game that even wasn't graded and shared the information freely of what the variants could be that
Hmm.
might exist on that. And that's a big step because there has never in the history of video game collecting been a centralized database, a solid good list of every console that they grade currently
Yeah.
of variants across the board. You know, granted, there's going to be some stuff they miss and some stuff they're going to add, some stuff in discovery,
Hmm.
but having a central place just for from a video game collecting standpoint, regardless if you're a seal collector, it's fantastic. Use it as a list if you're just a collector for nothing more than
Yeah.
that. Like if you don't like grading tough shit, just use the list. That's what I say. I don't know.
Cool. On the two final things, and these are extremely small and extremely quick. So I'm here to also announce pricing, which Josh, you have no idea about this, so I'm sorry to give you heads up on this. But neither of you also know the price.
There's my credit card.
So um, so free, you'll get access to the pop reports, and I am going to be making a CIB calculator tool that will be free for everyone. So, like, let's say you have a Super Mario 64 that's CIB that has these grades, and you want to bump it up. What do you need to bump it up that one more? So, like an 8.5 to a 9, maybe you need a 9.2 cart. Um, I use it I would want to use it for myself, honestly. That's why I want to make that, but that'll be free to everyone.
That's awesome. That's
I had
so
a friend make me one a long time ago. Just a basic one. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually really helpful. I don't have to do mental math that often
Yeah.
anymore. So.
that's awesome.
Um, and then, so price, the base price, which is kind of everything I just showed, will be $15 a month.
Mhm.
But I will have a coupon code in Greg's Discord, which Matt, I hope you can add a link to it in the YouTube description afterwards. You'll
Sure.
get $5 off a month. So for anyone in the Discord that gets the coupon code, it will be $10 a month.
In perpetuity or for a year.
So I'm just doing month to month,
Okay.
and I don't expect to raise prices. I don't. I haven't even thought about it. But I do think that if I start adding on a bunch of things, I might add another tier.
Sure.
So, for example, as you see, I have a red X over the graded CIB sales. Um, CIB is insane because you don't just have one grade; you have usually three or four. So that takes a lot more work, and maybe that warrants a different tier. That
Absolutely. I mean, WADA hasn't even posted like what are the subgrades on these 7.5s
Mhm.
and the CIDs. It's just next level. You're not
Yeah.
there. Nobody's there yet, not even them. So
Yep.
There's value in that. How about raw sales? Is that something you are exploring?
I'm not exploring it. I probably will never explore it.
Okay.
And usually people say never say never. The reason being is that like I want to make it simple based off of like a grade. I don't want to sit there and try to eyeball it myself for condition or have AI like try to understand condition because you'll never get good enough pictures.
Right. And there's already price charting that's what it is, right? People use
Yeah.
that for just their basic data and they can dig through it if they're smart enough to figure out what something should be worth versus what it says it's worth on there.
Yeah.
So that's fair. You know, for what this is an extreme undertaking already. Like I can't even imagine. So
It has been very, very time consuming. I'll just say that.
Well, it's
so with that
awesome.
said, how many people do you need to subscribe on a monthly basis to recoup your hundreds and hundreds of hours of working on this?
I did this for fun.
I know. I know.
I honestly, yeah, I did this for fun. I started doing this because I wanted to learn a new technology for my job, and I saw it became viable, so I kind of just went with it. I would be ecstatic that in 12 months I had 100 people. I don't care that much. Like the cost of it really is like just a way to drive me to do more for it.
Sweet. Well,
That's
I
great.
love it and I appreciate it. I, yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I think if you're, really into collecting and you're doing a decent amount of buying of any kind, especially sealed, or graded, this is a tool you need to have.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Because I mean, like when, especially if if you want to limit in collecting, you want to limit your mistakes, really. And
Mhm.
this definitely helps you do that because you can immediately just, you see something, I don't know, in an auction on it just pops on eBay and you're like, I feel like that price is right, but I'm not sure. That's what I do all the time. I hop over here, I punch it in, I see, the dates of the sales, I see what sales numbers, so I can see kind of where the trends are, what the average pricing is of it. And then I know, am I in a safe zone? Am I overpaying? Am I,
Mhm.
what's going on? Do I need to click bin now? It's so valuable and it can save you so much money. Yeah.
It can also make you money too if you do it right.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
reason I say that is because the weekly last night, I bought the Silent Hill 4 on Xbox, and I think it was like $86 for a 9.6 A plus.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, exactly. And I I already have one, and that's because I bought it, and I think I paid like 200 for it, so I knew the price was cheap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I would have, used my site to go look up the sale, I would have also known it was cheap. So
And
now, I mean, mine is I think an 85 plus. So whichever one looks better, I'm going to sell and recoup some of the money.
and it can tip you off on sales you may have missed, like on Golden or whatnot. Because somebody was asking me about a
Hmm.
game the other night, and I was like, "Well," he's like, "Well, it's never sold above this." And I was like, "What do you mean? Here's 3 sales. Boom, 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 boom." And I use this to double check it. I was like, "Okay, am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy." And I wasn't using it to rub it in his face. I was just saying, "Hey, well, you may want to look at these 3 places and double check your numbers." But yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. Sweet.
um, yeah, when's
Yeah, so
whatnot
that's
getting
it.
when are
Oh,
you
go ahead.
integrating whatnot sales into this? That's what I want to know.
I haven't looked into whatnot, and I have a feeling they don't have a way to look up past sales.
Sure.
So probably will never happen. Um, if there's a way to, I gladly would.
When can people get this?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So I don't have an official date. People have been, including myself, throwing around a joke of coming soon, trademarked. I am hoping that it is going to be within days to a couple of weeks at most.
Okay.
More than likely, um, if I wrote my code correctly and I test the like sign up correctly and it works, it will be days.
Okay.
Hmm.
It'll just be Bitcoin or Dogecoin or
it will.
Dogecoin.
So I will not be accepting Dogecoin. I will actually
God.
only be accepting through Stripe.
Okay.
That's because they'll handle the subscription nice and cleanly.
Yep.
So like I don't see any of the credit card info. You just do it all through Stripe.
Nice.
And as you click the subscribe button, it will pull up a little thing to add your coupon if you have the coupon, and then it'll take you Stripe directly to do the sign up.
Very cool. Matt, did you know that Robin or Adam Cornelius' friend invented Dogecoin?
His friend invented Dogecoin?
As a joke.
I did not.
Yeah.
I use it.
Or no, wait, was it Doge or is that the dog one?
Yeah, I use it as a joke.
That's one of the dog ones.
Yeah, the Shiba dog or whatever. His friend literally, when Bitcoin was coming out, he's like, I'm going to make my own because this is a joke. And it actually like took. But anyway, I'm pumped. I'm ready to give you some money, so let's get on it.
Well, we're gonna lose access apparently, Josh. So
it's fine with me. I'll pay for it. Just throw it on my subscriptions.
Yeah, just sign me up. Send you my credit.
Make sure
card.
it doesn't come through as OnlyFans, Timothy. So
I could do that if you want. Actually, you want me to?
They could say OnlyFans on people's.
I probably couldn't do like the actual spelling of OnlyFans, but I mean, I could do like probably ONLE fans. That probably would still work.
XXX.
Just when you see certain people sign up, change it on theirs. That's all.
Can you, man?
The only one I feel like I should change is Henry. Because he's been messing with me during every Greg stream for the past like month now.
I love it.
You should. Sweet.
Yeah. So this is a Gamerstonks exclusive. We're not doing anything else today. So that's it. I'm gonna go. See you guys.
No, wins. No.
Oh,
no,
wait.
no.
We gotta do some wins.
No, no,
what are you talking about? That's
wins. No, always wins. And you need to talk about how you still need 68 comments before episode 69.
Oh, that's a
what
good
episode
point.
is this, Matt?
Hey, can we read the comments?
67, I think.
Oh, we gotta read comments.
Do you want to read it with us, Timothy? You want?
Yes.
Yeah, I won't read my own.
I'll read it.
That'd be funnier.
Ironically, one is about Gamerstonks, but
go figure. All right.
I left the hat out of the room today.
Look at that.
I got dressed for the first time in 2 weeks. So
skater boy.
Yep.
Josh turns pro skater. All right. Yeah, I haven't read these yet. So decaps. Who's that? Can you guys see this? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh looks like he's getting ready to hitchhike across America with his new look.
Across America, man. I'm doing that Christopher McCandless thing. I'm going to Alaska. Screw everybody.
Apparently decaps is going to get us there on his own.
Oh
yeah, he's got 3 in here. Josh dropped some serious Data East knowledge on this podcast. Thanks for sharing.
Data or data?
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk to the IT professional over here.
I wanted to introduce myself as an IT specialist just to mess with you.
Front end IT specialist. That's it.
Definitely front end IT specialist.
You'll make sure your MailChimp is received without your spam. Is it data or is it data? Anybody?
I say both. I say both interchangeably.
Yeah, when you talk about Star Trek, it's data. But when you talk about Dan Kaplan, it's data. I guess.
Like potato.
Okay.
I only talk about Star Wars, no Star Trek.
Yeah, fuck Star Trek. Okay. All right. Timothy says early access to Gamerstonks has gone to Josh's head with the skater. That's true. Yeah. Sometimes I get on there and I just use it for the pop report because I just have it open tab. I don't know. Then Timothy is lighting up the comments today, so he would only get credit for one. I think he says that will. That will.
No
what's that?
I have no idea what that was, but you said something. I probably had like an autocorrect happen, but yeah, you said something that would have been perfect for episode 69.
That would have been perfect for episode 69.
Oh, Bill and Ted,
Oh yeah,
that VHS.
that was fantastic. That was
Yeah.
Will and
Oh.
Ed's bogus journey.
Oh, I got a best offer sent to me for that. It was tempting.
Of course you watched it.
It's $100 or something. That Will and Ed. Okay, now I get what you're saying. I was like, did you misspell the Will and
The
Ed?
first time you actually used Gamerstonks on the podcast. Did we really? Is that the first time we used it?
Yeah, you showed the pops, but that was the first time that you actually showed the sales.
Because I wasn't sure if I could or not, even though I've probably asked a million times, and I was just like, do I do it? Because we kind of had early access.
Fantastic.
And I was like, yeah.
I think episode 69 needs to see the original member of your Video Game Collectors Podcast tripod for 67 episode hiatus. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I think that was, oh snap. I think it was the first time you actually.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of you, Matt. I read that one in my head, I guess.
I'm replying. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, Dan Kaplan wants us to have Dennis on the show again. So I'm gonna ask him.
Is he allowed
69?
to?
Sure. I mean, if he's game for it.
Sure. I guess I don't need to comment on all of them, but
okay.
I think episode 69 needs to see the original. Oh, so what he's saying is he's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan said he wasn't going to be able to make it, actually. He told me he had a legitimate reason, too. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we need to talk about that?
No, like, he won't tell me yet.
I think I know what that reason is. Oh, I know why. Let's let Timothy read a few of these. Unless you don't want to.
No, I'm totally game. M said, tough day, glad to be able to unwind watching. I think that's perfect because you can either just chill back or you can laugh at Josh. So that's what I do every time.
That's perfect.
Well, maybe Timothy should read this. From your good friend.
Yeah. HC, Mr. Henry, said, I want to see log snacks on 69. Hopefully we can unbox that as rally package.
You know, I have good news, and I know he's watching. I messaged him just yesterday, and he said he finally got it. Like literally yesterday. So yeah, he's
the fastest route to New Zealand is definitely through Israel.
It was sitting there for a month.
That's amazing. Phil's commented. Look at my buddy. We got Kill Screen Games up in here. Shout out to Kill Screen Games. Go check him out. He's out there somewhere on the East Coast. He's got a little store, but he's also got a pretty baller Instagram. Sells cool shit. Good dude. Old collector from Nintendo Age era. Really nice guy. First time, long time. Still waiting on Sachin episode. Want to get the Primo Josh info so I can fill some holes. Yeah. In my collection.
In my collection.
Man after my own heart. Bill, be careful because there's another guy that's buying Sachin shit for no fucking reason when it comes up, and his name's Eric Hewitt, and he has no business buying this garbage because he doesn't even care about it. But yeah, I haven't picked up a Sachin game in a while, but it would be fun to do a Sachin episode and go down the horrible history of that company. So, okay, Matt, Timothy, whoever.
Sure. Do y'all know if WATA games seal? Do y'all know if WATA grades seals of distributor sealed Super Mario Brothers 3 games?
They did in the past.
Yeah.
So I assume so. That's an interesting topic of conversation. So CGC is qualifying these games now, right? And in my opinion, I don't know how I feel about this. I think it's like it's sealed or it's not sealed. What are we gonna let's not dance around and say there's something amiss here because we just don't know. If you don't know, then don't grade the seal condition on something. So I don't know. I'm torn. I think qualifiers, the green label at CGC, they in the comic book world, they're not as highly sought after. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's just a lot. There's a lot of unknowns about stuff that isn't HSeam factory sealed from Nintendo. Like, what are they? So, and I don't think WATA has the answer. I don't think CGC has the answer. And that's where we are with it. So, good question. But I do know that they opened a case of these Mario 3s at one point, straight out of a case, 3-sided seam. They call them a distributor seal. Came from South America or Central America or somewhere.
Timothy's up with his
I want to read Kevin G and respond to that one. So
sure, you can go
I'll read this one.
Okay, fine.
Late HC says decaps 4995. I wonder why his name's not 6969. Josh will hitchhike his way to Canada to meet you. I would, actually. I'd have to go through Glacier National Park, which would be pretty rad.
I think if you had the hat on with your shirt now, yeah, you could easily hitchhike up there.
I don't know if anybody would pick me up, honestly.
Might get two kind of rides.
Oh, good Lord, Matt. This is a family show.
Oh, sorry. I think yeah, go ahead.
Kevin G, grading games is a scam, and my parents despise me. 0 hugs. Aww, your parents probably despise you because you still type like you're in high school.
I think he might be making I think he's making a joke though. I think
Timothy is too.
Yeah.
So it's double snarky.
Kevin, I give you a hug. Don't worry. Grading is not a scam. I hate to tell you that. So
I do hope it's a joke, but I didn't take it that way.
You know what I want to do? When the next round of bitchers come out and say video game collecting is not fun because it's too expensive and I'm going to sell my whole collection. You know what I want to do? I want to buy that whole goddamn collection and then grade it all and sell it and show them how much money they made and make a video about it. Be like, you dumb fuck. That's what
that's funny. I have gotten comments from watchers and listeners, and they would like you to go off more, Josh. By the way.
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing that I really despise about YouTube is YouTube face. I don't know if we've talked about that ever. When people make how many video games did I find in this barn sort of video, and they have like some smug ass look on their face, and they're like, these are the best games to play when you're feeling sick and you have like a thermometer in your mouth. Shit like that. That is the stuff that drives me absolutely insane. I don't care if you're trying to get algorithm bumps or whatever the fuck you're doing. I absolutely hate YouTube face.
But we're gonna do that from here on for all.
And it's that dude, that guy that bitches about graded games, retro something dildo. That guy, I'll tell you what, he's got a very punchable face, but I'm pretty much a pacifist, so I wouldn't hit anybody.
Okay.
So Matt, if you're gonna do the YouTube face, go back up to the top of this video and just put like the thug sunglasses over Josh's face.
Oh, I don't know if I have the editorial skills for that. But if anybody knows a good editor that can do fun stuff like that, maybe shoot me a message or something. Because I do like to do fun stuff every now and then.
Sorry, you wanted me to rant on something. I don't know what else.
No, that's okay. I just have to practice not stopping you, is what they tell me. They're
so
like,
when you're scrolling through your favorite YouTubers and you see YouTube face, think for a second. What would Josh do?
YouTube face. That's a new one for me. Okay. First, what's the most you've ever paid? And wait, 2 firsts. No. Oh wait,
Eric was not first.
boo, not first.
Oh, Eric was
Okay,
not. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Blockbuster's on it, man. This will go for all of us. How about that? First, what's the most you've paid in late fees? And I'm guessing maybe for like video game rentals or even probably Blockbuster is what I'm guessing. Anybody who wants to go first?
Um, I worked at a video store, so I never really pay late fees because I got free rentals. I probably paid. Oh, I'll tell you what. Hollywood Video was going out of business, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to pay my late fees that are on file here." And then they sent me to collections after the bankruptcy all went through. And
Wow.
yeah, so I was like,
Wow.
"Okay, well." I wrote him a check of like $10, and I said, and under the memo, I wrote bullshit or something like that. So, but it's fine. And then a Redbox thing, I lost a DVD of like Robot Jocks or some shit like that in the crack of my couch, and so I bought that stupid fucking movie for like $30. So
You sure it wasn't Will and Ed?
Will and Ed, yeah. Well, I didn't lose that. So.
It still has it. Still has it. Timothy,
Actually, no, the one that I lost was Ace Ventura Crack Detective. So
oh my gosh.
okay. Anyways,
All right, Timothy, what'd you get? Any late
I've
fees?
never paid a late fee. I'm one of those crazy people that like I I'm very on top of things.
that's what
Nice.
she said.
Wow.
Okay.
Uh,
You were the dude back in the day. You're like, I'm gonna rent this thing and I'm just gonna burn it and take it back. I'm gonna pirate this shit.
me?
No, I didn't. I mean I did like the LimeWire and the Napster, but I never actually like burned
Mm.
DVDs or anything ever. I probably should have.
Yeah, on Dollar Day at our video store, we would have people come in and like grab stacks of DVDs and then just bring them back that evening. Just go burn them.
Good Lord, $600.
Yep.
Didn't see that.
Wow. Okay.
It's our good, great Sachin buying friend last.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that, Eric does know my favorite quote of all time is if you're not first, you're last. So he knew.
Oh, that one might sting.
Oh, Jesus, Matt.
Sorry, it was there.
Well, when he gets that first comment, you'll be like, just like in Halo 4.
He did get first. I gotta go back and adjust.
Yeah.
That's mean. I should delete that.
No.
No.
But I'm not going to.
Um,
And then good old acid.
Good old ass.
All right.
Yeah, Andrew Morgan's a good dude,
Yes.
but he's definitely not first this time.
We're going on to wins, aren't we? Thank you for all the comments. I think we'll be close on comments. Definitely, especially if they, I think if we get like 10 people commenting on this one, I think we're almost done there. I didn't think about when I was looking at comments that we reply and that counts in the numbers. So I have to go back and kind of check that. But yeah, I think we're gonna make it. But if you're watching,
were you counting like 68 comments? Like if this video had 5 comments, this video had 10, you're up to 15?
yeah.
What? I thought we were doing.
Oh, I thought it was all on one.
I thought it was all in one video too, Matt.
Oh, no chance are we gonna get 68 comments.
That's why we need people to comment, like, and subscribe. You assholes.
I mean, if you want, I mean, we could throw the gauntlet down and say, "Hey, episode."
I'm not giving shit away if people don't comment. That was the whole thing.
Well,
it's something nice too.
They've been consistently commenting. We'll see. We'll see what happens on. No, because we have to announce it on episode 68, don't we? So we have one more episode after this for people to hike it in the gear, I guess. Yeah,
I guess so.
All right, what kind of wins you got? Anybody? Did I freeze? Did everybody freeze?
No, I'm right
No,
here.
no. Josh, I thought you had to go get your wins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
we
Um,
wanted to bring Dan Kaplan on this show so he could
That'll be
join
right.
us and talk about things. But he was busy sending Halo 4 games to Heritage. So because he
I'll start with one of my wins. So I have two wins while Josh is getting, because I don't know if Josh will care about this one, but I just got this from HA. It is one of my personal grails for modern, which Dead Space 9.4 A plus.
never played it.
You've never played Dead Space?
No, no. I kind of stuck to those, those few games that I played, and I just played the crap out of them, to be honest, especially when it got to modern. So I've never played that. I don't know if I have that game.
You should definitely try out Dead Space. Even the new one, 11 o'clock at night, turn your lights completely off, throw on your surround sound, and make sure you don't work in the morning because you probably won't sleep.
Wow.
It is extremely like jump scary.
Dead Space. I'm writing it down. I'll check it out. Normally I don't do anything in that realm, but hey, maybe I'll have the girlfriend kind of watch it with me too and see if we can make her check.
I would say it's a mix between Resident Evil and Doom.
Doom's not scary though. I've never played Resident Evil.
Doom is terrifying. What are you talking about?
What? You mean rounding a corner and there's a monster?
Yeah.
Well, Dead Space is space, like literally, so you're in space, and it's got the gore of Doom, but the scariness of Resident Evil.
Oh.
Matt, you've never played Dead Space?
No, I've only played Resident Evil for like a couple of minutes, so I didn't really get the full grasp of it. Those just weren't my games. That just wasn't.
Sucks to be Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm a buzzkill.
Dead Space is great.
And then the second win. So this is SNES Grail for me because as a kid, this is literally what taught me to read. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest was the one from C-Link, which was like a month ago or something. We all know many people don't like Mystic Quest. It was my favorite Final Fantasy because it was easy.
Sweet. I did play that growing up. I think we
Nice.
ended up playing Final Fantasy 2 more, but we played both.
Yeah.
I've never played 2.
Wow. 2 is great. 2 is a difficult video game. Super Nintendo version of 2, which would be 4, essentially. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. Anything else? That's it. That's all you got.
That's it for me.
Mystic Quest. It's perfect for little kids. I get it.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
It was. No, it was to cater. It was to introduce people to RPGs. It's a good introduction.
Sweet. Josh, did you find something?
Yeah, I got these couple Madden games. Shit. Madden 97 on Saturn and Madden 98 on Saturn, and they are nice. And these games, if you ever look for Madden games, 98 and 97 on Saturn are very hard to find sealed because I searched a long time. So these hit my search recently, and I wasn't looking for them. I'm like, I know that's a bitch game to find, so I'm gonna buy them sealed. I had 2 really shitty copies, so I'll replace those and upgrade. And then I had some games that I purchased from PWCC because I can now, which is fantastic. I got a bunch of Wii U Japanese games.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then I got I think I got a Yoshi's Woolly Worlds, but it's out there. And then Captain Toads, and then I got the Batman one the other week, the 98A++. So, I'm not sure what I'm doing with these. I mean, I have a full Wii U set right now, so picking up other regions is kind of fun. Makes me want to buy more of them. So we'll see. That's it. Not a lot.
Sweet. I'm gonna plug one of our friends because he just added it's video game related VHS. Okay. But he did just add the new VHS cases, Big Sauce Games, BS acrylic. to be specific. So, and he was having me try these out. I did buy them, but they fit really great. And I love the round edges now. When he originally came out, he had the sharp edges, but now they're sweet and they're thick. And then he also came out with Atari cases now too. So both VHS and Atari he added to it. So stoked there. Since
those are the ones that like the bottom slides, correct?
Yep. So it's I know I've bought some in the past that were like thick and flimsy, or sorry, thin and flimsy, but these are actually really
nice,
sturdy.
Mm.
And since Timothy's on the show, I did just upgrade my 08, so I did get a 94A 48. Not all of these are easy to get in high grades. And then my super excited one, I'm really stoked about, and it's my first new Wada case, was definitely my Halo.
Yeah, I hate you so much for that. I saw that on Instagram.
This is like one of those copies when people ask, what game would you not get rid of? This has been in my collection for a very long time. It was a VGA crossover. So when I first started collecting Halo, that's what I dumbed into, for $20, basically. And I've had it forever, but now it's in a water holder. So, yep.
What VGA grade was that when you crossed it?
85 plus, and it was a nice 85 plus. So looking, a lot of times you could look at them and be like, why did that get an 85 plus? And then sometimes you're like, how did it get an 85 plus? Yeah. So this was the better of the two.
Hey, Matt, on the Master Chief behind you, it looks like he's got a set on him. What is that?
That's actually behind it. When we used to have Cowlitz Gamings up there, I was bidding against a guy on a 3-foot Master Chief statue, and he beat me out because they told us the rules wrong. Otherwise I would have bid earlier, and he won. He felt bad. So behind it is it's a Halo 5 picture that's signed by the whole dev team, that he sent me for free, as an apology for basically beating me out.
Wow.
Really cool dude.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a dick hanging off a Master Chief.
Yeah, it's like basically it's the bottom of the
I'm sorry, I can't see it now.
It's not gonna get better. So every time you watch this episode or the show, you're gonna see that. Thanks, Josh.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Any other thoughts? Did we miss anything? Did you want to share anything else?
No. I mean, obviously more to come. Like, I'm not going to just stop there, but yeah, nothing else to share right now, except for thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing it on here, and go sign into the Discord if you're not part of the Discord. It's the SAC Discord, right?
SAC. It is just SAC. And after this, I will tell both of you the discount code because I think you'll get a good laugh at it.
Sweet.
But everyone else will have to be in the Discord and see the coupon code to get the discount.
Okay.
So if you shoot me in the comments in here, I'll copy that and put that below the video for everybody to go to the Discord. And then you can be a part of that group. Sweet. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for sharing that with us. Thanks for letting us, kind of demo that. And I've really enjoyed it. I think it's going to help collectors all over the place, and it's going to be fantastic. So, yeah, thoughts and comments below. Everybody let us know what you guys think. If you're excited about Gamerstonks already, if you already, use the basic version, if you're excited about the expanded version, and, just comment away, so that we can have a cool giveaway and force Josh to give away something cool on episode 69. We have one more episode for you to make your comments, so we can get up to the comment requirements and so on and so forth. That's it. That's all I got. Anybody, anything else?
Mm,
No. All right.
nothing.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Take care.